Shalom, shalom.
Shalom. Oh shit. Shalom.
All right. Welcome to One Nation once again. Look at God. Ain't God great? Look at God.
He's ugly.
Yes, look at God. Now, as y'all can see, this class ain't got no title because I didn't even expect to come back to do another class. So we're just gonna be shooting off the hip. It is what it is. So, where do I start? Matthew's 22:36. This is not in class, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? If y'all want to turn it to an open discussion as we go.
22:36.
Right. I think. Something like that, yeah.
Matthew chapter 22 and verse 36. Master, which is the great commandment in the law?
Yeah.
Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind.
Right. So when he asked the question, Christ answered and told him, you know what I'm saying, love the Lord with all thy heart, with all thy might, and all thy soul. That wasn't nothing new. It wasn't nothing new that Christ was telling them, but you know what I'm saying? He told them, nonetheless. He conveyed that to us for us to keep God's commandments and with all our heart, with all our might. Now, remember I said that wasn't new.
Yeah.
I'm saying God was, I keep calling him God. Christ was basically repeating something that Moses had already told us. Go to Deuteronomy
6 and 5.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 5. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might.
Right. So we love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and all thy might and all thy soul. Now, what would that be? How would we love the Lord thy God with all our heart? What does that mean? What the hell is our heart?
Our mind.
It's our mind. How do we prove that? What do we read? What is our mind? How do we read the heart is our mind? Mark chapter 7, verse 20.
Mark chapter 7 and verse 20. And he said that which cometh out of the man, that defileth the man. For from within, out of the heart of man, proceed evil thoughts.
Now, does your heart in your chest that pumps blood, does that have thoughts?
Nope.
Absolutely not. So the heart is telling you straightforward, it's the mind.
You better go check that.
Right. If it did, it'd probably be saying, I'm out.
Right. Adultery, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, and evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile the man.
Right. These things, they come from within, they defile the man. So these are the things that dwell inside of the heart of us. So when Christ said, love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy might, it was telling you that for a reason, because now that means your mind would no longer go after your own thoughts or your own ways. It would have to then go after the commandments of God, after God's heart, which is this Bible. Go give me that Proverbs 3 and 5.
Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 5. Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding.
Right. The Lord said, trust in me with all thy heart and lean not on thy own understanding. Because our own understanding is going to bring forth nothing but sin, foolishness. Why? Because it just told you what proceed out of the hearts of men, what type of thoughts that we possess. I'm saying our way is only evil. You know what I'm saying? It's only evil. That's why we must walk after the ways of the Most High. So, with that being said, when you take into account, he says, not to lean on your own understanding. You know what I'm saying? Follow after the Lord. Trust in the Lord with all their heart. Follow not on their own understanding. It's basically telling you, because we all have a thing where our mind will tell us more than 7 watchmen. You know what I'm saying? Our thoughts will always be right. Our thoughts will lead us nothing but evil and wrong. So your thoughts can no longer be your own. That's part of not leaning on your understanding. Because your thoughts are not the Most High thoughts. As a fact, Isaiah 50. Let's see, Isaiah 55, verse 8.
Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts.
Right. The Lord's thoughts are not your thoughts. The Lord's thoughts are to walk after righteousness. That's why David said, created me a clean heart. Because the thoughts, David understood that. Obviously, the thoughts that he was having, the thoughts that was in his heart, his mind, were obviously wrong thoughts. So Most High said, my thoughts are not your thoughts. So therefore, don't lean on your own understanding. Because your thoughts are going to lead you around your way, and your thoughts are not the Most High's thoughts. And what else?
Neither are your ways my ways,
and your
says the Lord.
And your ways are not the Most High's ways, thus said the Lord. You all right over there? Thought you were trying to eat the pages. So, for us to walk safely, to tread safely, we must reform our minds. We must reform our minds, because through this wicked captivity, our minds and our hearts, and through our loss of direction, our hearts and our minds have went after the ways of the world, of the heathens amongst us. And now we're in a situation where we must convert our thoughts back to the Most High God. Shalom.